solution for question number 28 out of the course review. So looking at the questions, you can see that these are based on the exponent laws that we learned earlier in the year. So you can reference your exponent laws sheet while doing these. For the first one, this is basically just dividing variables but with exponents. So what you're going to do here is just use your division law, which states that you subtract the exponents when dividing variables with exponents. So all you're going to do is subtract the exponents of the corresponding variables. So we can start with a first. So right now you have a to the -2, and you're going to, from that -2, you're going to subtract the exponent of the other a, which is 1/4. And then you're going to do the same thing with b, but with its corresponding exponent, which is this one. So you have b to 3, and you're just going to subtract 2/3 from that. So once you have that, you're now just doing simple subtraction with fractions. So all you need is a common denominator, which in this case is 4. So you're going to be left with a to the -8/4 once you make common denominators, minus 1/4. And for b, you're going to have 3 minus 2/3 because the common denominator here is 3. And then once you're done subtracting, you'll have a to -9/4 and b to 7/3. But you're not done yet, because in the question it states that you can only use positive exponents. So, and we have a negative exponent here, so all we have to do is flip it to the bottom to make it positive. So right now it's in the numerator, and we're just gonna flip it to the bottom, make it in the denominator. So it's gonna go, so b to 7/3 is gonna stay in the same place, but a to -9/4 is gonna go to the bottom, and it will be positive now. And that's your answer for that question. So moving on to b. B is just expanding getting the exponent into the brackets, distributing. So the exponent is going to be distributed to each exponent in the bracket. And what you're going to do is just multiply the exponents. So for each variable, right now you have u to the -2/3. You're just going to multiply that by 3/5. And then you have v to 1/4. And you're just going to multiply that with the exponent the same way we did earlier. And you are going to end up with, just here, multiply across, because just fractions, you don't need a common denominator here. So in the end, you'll have u to -6/15 and v to 3/20. Now again, you need a positive exponent, so you do the same thing. Flip the variable with the negative exponent to the bottom. So the v stays in the same place because it has a positive exponent. And then the u flips to the bottom. However, we can reduce this exponent further. 3/20 cannot be reduced, but 6/15 can by 3. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So you'll have v to 3/20 and u to 2/5. And there is your final answer. So now part C, there is one more question, and it's w to 7/8 over w to -3/4. Now this is very similar to what we did earlier, and we're just dividing again, so just subtract the exponents. So you'll have w to 7/8, which is what you have on the top, minus the exponent of the bottom, which is negative minus -3/4. So make sure you keep that sign there. And again, make the common denominator, and you'll have 7/8 to the exponent of 7/8 minus -6/8. And then once you subtract the exponent, you'll just be left with w to 13/8. And since this is a positive exponent, you don't have to do anything further, and you're done. So in conclusion, we can check our answers with the textbook answers. So for question A, our final answer was b to 7/3 all over a to 9/4, and that's what they got here, as you can see. And for B, we have the same answer, b to the exponent of 3/20 all over u to the exponent of 2/5. And for the final one, it's w to the exponent of 13 over 8, which is what they got in the textbook.